Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. It is 6:30 on the dot, and we begin in Mission, where emergency crews have been called to a large ammonia leak. Greg Harper is live at the scene with the update on this situation. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. The Lougheed Highway behind me here in Mission, it remains closed in both directions, closed between Stave Lake Street and Manson Street. This is about 2 kilometers. BC Frozen Foods is about 1 kilometer from where we are right now, and that's where crews are dealing with an ammonia leak. The good news, this has been capped, but the bad news, this leak sent a gas cloud into the air. So as a result of that, well, fortunately, no homes were evacuated, but there is a large impact to this ammonia leak here this morning. Moments ago, we spoke to Inspector Brian Massey with the RCMP, who had this to say about what has been impacted.
Where the plant is situated, we have the train line, the CP train line that parallels it. We've contacted the dispatch and asked that there are no westbound trains go through the area again, just as a precaution. And we've also, because the Fraser River is right there, we've also got hold of the Port of Metro Vancouver and some tugboat operators who are in the area here and got them to broadcast on their marine radio channels, just to let people know, just as, okay, there may be a potential hazard here.
Now, for those who use the West Coast Express, it is still in operation, but for those who take it here out of Mission, there are 2 parking lots, a pay parking lot and a free parking lot. The free parking lot has been shut down as a precaution. We're hearing there have been no injuries. There were some employees inside BC Frozen Foods at the time of this leak who did breathe in the ammonia, but they are fine. This isn't over, though, because right now they are engineers are inside the facility testing to make sure there's no concentrated areas. We will keep you updated. Jody?
All right, thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live for us this morning on the Lougheed. A terrifying night for people living in a South Burnaby home. Their house was gutted by fire overnight. Fire crews arrived just before 1 a.m. to find this 2-story wood frame house on the 5600 block of Neville Street fully engulfed in flames. Everyone was able to get out in time. The home completely destroyed as the roof caved in.
Our crews arrived to find heavy fire on the back of the house, floors 1 and 2. It's soon spread to the attic. The attic, or the roofing, is a tile roof, which is extremely dangerous for firefighters. We didn't allow any interior attack because of that tile roof. Soon after we arrived, we had a complete collapse on the rear of the house. The roof came down onto floor 1.
Port Metro Vancouver has signed off on a controversial coal project on the edge of the Fraser River.
We are confident that this won't create a risk to human health and that we have conditions in place to ensure that there's ongoing assessment of that.
Finding no acceptable risks, the port has approved expanded coal processing at Fraser Surrey docks. The port says health and environmental impact studies have been independently reviewed by a consulting company that specializes in natural resources. Local governments and health authorities have complained about being shut out of the process.
Rail cars will be sprayed at the mine site, and they'll be resprayed before the product comes into Canada, which essentially coats and controls any possible dust coming off those rail cars. So we're very confident that there won't be any issues.
It is ultimately a federal decision relative to the product. I don't like the product. It's a dirty coal.
Fraser Surrey docks will process 4 million tons of coal every year. Trains will arrive from the U.S., offloading coal to tankers, which will then transport it to Asia. If the school year doesn't start on time, BC parents will be offered $40 a day for childcare. But that won't cut it for people with special needs children. Anne Belanger's son needs expensive extra care and attention because of physical challenges. During the summer, the cost is covered by the Ministry of Children and Families, but Belanger has now received a letter saying that come September, funding runs out, leaving her with a bill of $3,200 a month.
I've tried to reach local agencies that support us, trying to get some answers. How can we brainstorm? And why was this left at the last minute, a month before school started, when we knew that in June this strike dispute was probably very unlikely to be resolved?
The BC Teachers Federation says there are over 50,000 special needs students around the province. Meantime, Vancouver parents may be waiting as late as next Friday to learn whether school in the area will open as scheduled on September 2nd. This is according to a letter from Vancouver's superintendent of schools. Hundreds of BCTF members are meeting in Kamloops this weekend to discuss bargaining. Okay, 6:35, time for sports. Over to the Connected Studios we go. Here are Carolyn and Hugh.